10 days into December League, Christmases are coming, but no Laurent Robert back at Newcastle, sadly for him. He cost Newcastle 10 million, and he's obviously not the first or the last French winger that we've seen there. But where does he stand in terms of the wingers you've seen playing for Newcastle in your days watching them?
I think he's definitely up there. I mean, he wasn't over a long period of time, you know. But then again, how many wingers are, because it's such a difficult position to play, and if you haven't got the pace, then you're pretty much all screwed. I mean, I think Robert was a class signing first and foremost.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, I'd heard bits and pieces about him, you know, and I'd seen him on Euro goals before he came. But I know that you know, I think he left in his boxer shorts, and he left. It was a bit of a joke, really, the way he went. You know, when he was throwing all his kit in the crowd and all that. Yeah. But I think I'll always remember the way he started his Newcastle. I think he scored an absolute corker against Manchester United in the 4-3 win.
Yeah.
So you know, great goals. He was flamboyant, and he was a little bit over the top.
Yeah,
I think it used to really drive us crazy when you'd have like 50 odd shots at goal.
No, I know.
I mean, I just thought that was mad.
But the ones that came off were unforgettable. I mean, you mentioned the Man United game. I think that was sort of back in September, or sort of in the middle of September that year. Even before that, I think he'd ripped Middlesbrough apart away from home. There was a away game against Bolton where he completely destroyed Bolton, and then. Games like, in talking about the shots from distance, I think he scored 2 in a game against Tottenham.
Yeah, 4-0. About this time of year as well.
Magnifique was the word all too predictably used in my match report, but that was a special day. And yet you had the flip side of Laurent, where he was anything but a £10 million player when it came to dealing with criticism, for example.
Yeah.
I remember obviously famously once he charged into the press room in his vest and underkecks to be followed by a sort of worried looking Kieran Dyer and Le Mans Loire and made for one of our former colleagues in a not so friendly manner. He was a one-off, but again, they say never go back, and I think certainly you talk about pace and wingers needing pace, and I think that if he has lost pace, which looking at his career now, he's been to Toronto, where I think you went over to see him.
Yeah.
He's been various places, most recently Greece, and he's obviously been bombed out. I think he probably has lost a bit of pace. I don't think there was ever any mileage in the idea that he was going to be taken on again by Newcastle.
Well, I'd give him a race now.
Well, that would be interesting if we could film it, just to give everyone a laugh. But no, he's at £10 million. I reckon he was just about value for money. He was certainly good for entertainment value.